Bring back Jake to the show. Into somewhere, let it roll. Mic in hand and the thumbnails hot. Hot takes, cold coffee, same old spot. 10,000 smile for the screen. Very nice, very evil, very mean. He leaned in close, said it like a spell. Then the whole set shook and you knew too well. The chat went wild, the lights went out. Jake just laughed and looked around. Into somewhere, you are cursed, now run, beware. Into somewhere, you said it once, now nothing's fair. Very nice, very good, very nice. The title card glitched out of place. Sound went tinny, lost its pace. Notes flew off the folding desk. The joke turned strange, then turned grotesque. Jake tried to rank the match, but the tape kept jumping back. Every clip had a fault line grin, and Denhausen's voice crawled in again. The chat went wild, the lights went out. Jake swing, one strange call, one match change the feed. Jake says run that back and the room goes wild. We're not here to play it safe, we're here to call it live. Live, 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 live. Into somewhere tonight, into somewhere, Jake. We review it live tonight. We take it all the way into somewhere tonight. Say what worked, what broke. Into somewhere tonight. Into somewhere. Into somewhere. Ashes here, feel the flow. Italy is ready. Cody, let's go. Go, go, go.
How we doing? Kiss me, alright? Beneath the milky twilight, shout out. How we doing? Sixpence, now the richer, their bass player passed away. 50 Kiss me, alright? Beneath the milky twilight, shout out. How we doing? How we doing, chat? It is the Raw review. Glad to have you all here in the house. Shout out. How we doing? Wow, we doing, chat? It is the Raw. Everybody's doing well. My goodness. Good day, mates. Glad to have you all in the house. They were live from London. It is Jake, a.k.a. Countdown, ended on the 22nd of June, 2026. We're here live, bringing you the Raw review. That's right. That's right. It was. And that's the one and only Cody Onidi, 316. We got the man, the myth, the legend.
What's going on,
here.
ladies and gentlemen? I thought Raw was like its, traditional go-home show. It wasn't anything special. There were some good moments.
Yeah, the ending
Two heel
had a
turns,
nice,
I believe.
nice
I don't know
and
if you
exciting
call
bit.
Maxine
but
a heel turn, but like a lot.
she's been with the
It was
Vision.
like we got. Hold on, I don't know if I'm behind or not, but we got part 10,695,432,123,499 part segment of Judgment Day tensions, or am I way behind?
It's actually part 222,000. You're close, but we did get, as we reported on Into Somewhere Weekly,
Wave your hands from side to side, say.
we were right about Joe Henry. He's got visa problems, but he showed up. Love it. I believe. Glad to see him back. That was exciting. Happy to have Joe Hendry in the house. That certainly made me pop big. Happy to see the one and only Joe Hendry continue yet again. Great to have him back. But my goodness, I'm a Tale of Two Cities man here. London involved. This was a good show. It wasn't great. And they probably could have done a few tweaks here and there to make it a bit more interesting, but a lot of that relies on character work, development, and the ongoing storylines. Am I happy that they had a continual throughput? Yes. I've been missing this, asking for it, and waiting for a while. Indeed, you heard the voice, you heard the man of Cody Onidi 316.
Give me a hell yeah!
In the house with us, and yeah, it's just, it was good, but it wasn't great. And as I said earlier, we'll get into all of it as we discuss the entire Raw from London. They're at the O2 Arena. Talk about LA Knight, our man. He went ahead and just,
Yeah!
think about how this was the building that he lost the Money in the Bank briefcase in when Priest got it.
Yeah!
I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Everybody's saying!
They screwed LA Knight multiple times. Think he could have been seen as last opponent.
Yeah!
He could have been king of the
That's
ring.
another one
Yeah.
kind of acting heel.
So many. Could be WWE champion.
Yeah!
it should be. It should be, but it is not, and therefore I am, because I can, upset with LA Knight. We have a lot to get to, obviously. I was on the phone with the docs before this, so I've got to go for more tests and scans. So unfortunately, it's not looking like there'll be an NXT review tomorrow. It is the go-home show for Great American Bash. I will definitely let you know. I know, terrible. But Wednesday, we will have our ultimate community predictions.
Wait,
that's right.
Wait a second. I have a question. Stop right there.
What?
So you find me if I miss a show, and you also find me when you miss a show?
Yeah, you were supposed to cover it. See, they agree.
Cover NXT?
Yeah. If I'm not here, you're supposed to do it. You and Liz. That would be interesting. Kind of have that happen at some point. But SmackDown is the last 3-hour SmackDown. That's right. They did it. Got rid of it. Happy to say no more 3 hours.
What's a bigger celebration?
SmackDown.
SmackDown going from 3 hours to 2 hours, or Knicks winning the NBA championship?
No, SmackDown going back to 2 hours. Everything on the menu with Braun Strowman will move to the 10 o'clock Eastern time slot July 3rd. The 3-hour SmackDown shows will resume in January. I have nothing to do with that.
Isn't that a WWE produced show, though? That everything on the menu?
I'm not entirely sure. They have something with it, but I don't know entirely. I think it's just USA has like certain tie-ins with WWE.
Because they're fine with promoting him still, even though he's not on the roster anymore.
Right. And this Friday SmackDown is going to be taped tomorrow at 5:30. So we're not going to have a normal live
I'm not sitting
review.
through a taped SmackDown. I'm sorry.
No, sorry. We're going to go ahead and have instead the spoiler coverage / just a really good hangout. We'll be previewing Night of Champions and playing games with you folks this Friday. Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, will be game night. Friday, probably 8 or 9 will start. And we'll gather all year round to celebrate possibly hitting 50,000 subscribers. Hopefully. We're ticking away slowly, keeping an eye on that number in the background. It matters to me, damn it. We're at 48,842,000 subscribers, up to almost 90,000 listeners to my shitty music. That's been great. The response to the music lately has been better than anything, so thank you all for that. I'm glad that Jeremy came up with the curse idea. I worked on that straight for like 36 hours and came out good. I will always be my harshest critic, but I thank you all for being here, hanging out with us live or not. I appreciate it. And certainly thank you all for hitting the like button and subscribing. So as we said, we'll be live Saturday, Sunday. Night of Champions review Saturday afternoon. They're going live 1 Eastern in Riyadh. It's Riyadh season, baby. Cheers. And we're going to go ahead and go live when that concludes. They have 6 matches. The first 2 matches during the first hour are the King and Queen of the Ring finals. They did announce that today, interestingly enough. Also, Sunday, we have 3 shows to cover. Now, TNA Slammiversary is not going to be a normal review. It's going to be like a recap kind of hangout fun thing. And then we're going to have Great American Bash / Forbidden Door. So we'll go live at the end of Great American Bash, and then we'll still be continuing the coverage for Forbidden Door. I'll have Forbidden Door on in the open Discord. So if you want to watch it with us Sunday, hang out in the chat, go live. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to, but hey, be there or be square. We'll be watching AEW's Unforbidden Door this Sunday live together. Don't miss it. That's also the way for you to go ahead and make sure you get into our Jackbox games on Thursday.
Is it really
Friday.
forbidden at this point, though? Even though AEW took like 99.9% of their roster, right? And
yeah, I mean, just like the Tartan Army and their duck,
please tell me
bagpipes
what's
included. We're getting up
this
there.
Tour? What's forbidden? And New Japan stars show up on Dynamite all the time, so I want to know what is forbidden. Please explain.
Yeah, it's like when WWE started to do theme shows, and you were like, well, what was the point of that? You know, nobody's balls were on fire at Great Balls of Fire. Talking about false advertising. I didn't see Samoa Joe light his nuts ablaze. Right? Just saying. A lot of false advertising to go through. Yeah! I don't know. Donkey! But thank you all. So now that we laid out the news, let's get to the wrestling news. Jordan Grace says, come to my house. I have 7 dogs and a gun. The stalking slash nightmare-inducing fandom has just gotten severely worse lately, and it's become atrocious. With
Jordan Grace, obviously, I have to bring up her. But did you see? That's why I said it was creepy. Did you see the other? Remember the other one I showed you about that Will Fantasy to the show type of deal? Fucking weird.
What?
Am I frozen?
No, you just sounded like you got swallowed by a Terminator.
What?
Am I good now?
Now you're good. I got none of that except for maybe did you get electrocuted? Did Danhausen fuck with you too?
Maybe.
Robot Cody
Maybe
coming back.
Maybe I shouldn't have touched this. Am I good now?
You sound fine. I mean, it was scary for a moment, but now
like what I was
okay.
Saying. So speaking about stalking, so this is why WWE needs to take more seriously. I thought that WWE should possibly get and hire its talent security like the NFL does, but yeah. I don't see them doing that.
Absolutely, they really should. They need to enhance their cyber security as well, Cody.
Yeah, fuck you.
No, you don't like Mr. Roboto?
Everywhere. Oh, God.
Put the fries in the bag. All right, I get it. I'll turn it off. Still, I have so many of those. My favorite is still Mr. Meowington. No, thank you. What? No, sure. I'm good. I know sign language. Full of shit. I don't remember much. All right. Robot Jake. Regardless, it's just gotten terrible, and the cyber stalking has gotten.
My Wi-Fi has gotten terrible. Yeah,
Wi-Fi included, but it is amazing how the access is so ready to information now that you wouldn't deem pertinent, but it used to be where like you had to be semi-intelligent and somewhat of an elite hacker in the sense of you would have to go and be like, okay, they're leaving London in between these 4 hours and they're going to Riyadh and there's only 4 flights. So they've got to be leaving so I could be at one of these 3 gates. Like that was the thing. Now there are apps that post celebrities' flights, times, itineraries, because it's
that's so weird.
A lot of it's public information. I don't know why, but it is. And I get being transparent for some things, but the entertainment value is and Liv Morgan might win. She might be Queen of the Ring. We're going to get into it. She is the greatest of all time.
Did you not? We'll talk about the Unreal thing in a second, but more important is
because
right.
We got the third
just
season
an example,
release
like
date.
with the flight logs thing, though. Real quick, with the flight log thing. Remember that fan? I wonder if Liv is flying out to SmackDown now, or I want to know this.
Right.
Now. I'm like, what?
Why do you need to know this? What is so pertinent? And
that's what I would like to know.
It's insanity. It's just, I don't know. It really is. And funny enough, I genuinely wish that people would fuck off when they're like this. I told you before, I've seen how the fandoms act. Tennille Dashwood and her husband Mike welcome baby number 2, the former Emma or Emmalina. And we're going to be interrupted as well.
7 Dogs, 1 Gun, the sequel to 2 Girls, 1 Cup. Mets suck.
Mets do suck because they're cursed. And that is the best sequel, though. If you're going to make 2 Girls, 1 Cup, I'd rather 7 Dogs, 1 Gun. That seems to me, Paul is under there. No, I had the boner stimulator on up until like 3 seconds ago. You never know what I'm doing down here. Am I peeing? Am I grabbing a drink? Am I filling coffee? Am I stimulating my boner? Never know. Never know. Is my wife down there? No, she's working right now, unfortunately. Huh, honey? Fuck. But the former Emma Emelina, people knew the details before they made it public. They're like, oh, she had her baby at 9:10 a.m. on the 19th of June, and it was 6 pounds 5 ounces. And I'm like, are you family? How do you have these facts? Are there nurses leaking things? But then it went out to people, so they went and sold the baby photos to people to avoid being doxxed more. But it's sad that they even had to consider to do that. Sol Ruka had to make her Twitter private after being stalked. It started with the criticism of the Liv Morgan thing that just turned into a total vile...
then people were defending Sol after. People like indie wrestlers. Sorry to interrupt you, but like indie wrestlers said that Liv Morgan was the one out of place.
So we saw Liv possibly get injured this weekend, and you had basically people saying, I hope Liv wasn't injured. We talked about it yesterday on our Father's Day stream. Yeah. Again, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. And everybody, just started to attack Sol Ruka because she commented on it. And it basically turned into this whole big mess. They were criticizing her for injuring Liv. And they went after her hard, doxing her and... just threats galore, all of these, children just acting out. And we didn't even know if she was injured or not. But even if she was, it's not Sol's fault.
Too, like,
it wasn't. It's always risky to hit somebody from behind. But
with a certain fan base?
It seems to be. And this is the same fan base, as we started to mention before, that WWE Unreal Season 3 release date comes out. It's going to be Tuesday, July 25th. We'll be covering that like last time. John Cena says goodbye, a fan favorite returns, and the next generation of superstars rise to the occasion. We're going to take you inside the writers' rooms as injuries, last-minute pivots, and career-defining decisions reshape WWE's biggest season yet, heading into WrestleMania 42. Who do you think the fan favorite returning is? Of all time? Maybe. So those wrestlers are, in fact, John Cena, Cody Rhodes for the opening, and then it's Liv Morgan, CM Punk and AJ Lee are on there. Trick, Lash, Stephanie, Oba, Braun, Chelsea, Matt Cardona, Woo Woo Woo, Seth Rollins, and Becky Lynch because of the couple thing. But those are the other people that are following and featured. There are 5 50-minute episodes, and wait, I thought Liv said no. Cody?
Yeah, that's what they said. They said Liv refused to be on it because she never breaks kayfabe.
Ever.
They said WWE is not allowed to tell someone of her star power. She's like one of the only 3 in the company that they can't tell what to do,
Yeah, so now she's in Unreal. Hey, she'll be for multiple episodes and be involved in big parts of Cena's career ending, obviously, because that's the whole IC title Survivor Series return angle.
We said she's going to definitely be in those
we heard it back then when they were filming the damn thing. Yes. We brought it up, and then we were called everything under the sun and sent some lovely messages. Those were ever so kind and thoughtful. But yeah, it's just how they're so decided on things, and like the way they attack Sol for possibly injuring.
Do you think that Liv has more power than Roman Reigns and John Cena?
Yes. More power than everybody, than Nick Khan at this point. When the company.
Her creative gets bad. When her creative gets bad, then we can't blame Liv.
Right.
Even though she has all these decisions, right? She can make all these decisions.
Right.
But then
if her creative's bad, it's not her fault. It's creative, even though she wrote, and decided upon the creative. You get my point now? Like, there is no right answer. You are always wrong. You're just always wrong. Just like it's wrong that we're getting Paige versus JC Jane and Julia versus Kiana James as the only 2 announced matches from London tomorrow in the O2 Arena. Again, we said SmackDown will be taped tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Not live. We will be live Wednesday into Somewhere Weekly, but until then, Friday, we will have coverage kind of SmackDown mixed in with an extended game night. Congratulations to the Street Profits. I can speak. It is the Sesame Street Profits, but still, the Street Profits prevail. The Sesame Street Profits. They prevailed.
Okay, there we go.
The 5-time tag team champions.
Triple H's liking.
I don't really have a place for this. Besides the dad that was instructed to drink pineapple juice and not know why, I'm not that clueless, okay? Let's step in quickly to the $10 billion studio before we get to the Raw review. And let's check this out. Audio not included just in case, but Raquel Rodriguez has been wearing meta glasses for a while now doing things, and I just thought this was so fucking cool. Just incredibly awesome. She does the run in here, kicks Lyra, and just starts to, you know, whip her into the corner. Like, that's incredible. It feels like you're playing something out of an Oculus game. Then she's celebrating with Raquel over here and calls her over. They start clapping, taking out Lyra a bit more, and then Io takes her out. First person style. Like, it's just, they should all be wearing meta glasses. How the hell did they keep them on? She held them on better than the wig of Jade Cargill. And here comes Io down the line. Like, just the look of it, like, that's awesome. That's really, really, really cool. I just wanted to share that. I didn't have a place to put that in anywhere, but we are live for the Raw review. It already happened. They're in the O2 Arena. It is June 22nd. It was on Netflix. Michael Cole and Wade Barrett narrate the opening, but Wade Barrett nowhere in sight. It is instead Corey Graves on commentary today, so I enjoyed it. Johnny Ace took a shit. It was 1 7-pound, 18 ounces, and smelled like McDonald's. Good fact to know. He also hired the wrong one-legged wrestler. It happens.
Does Wade Barrett do the commentary? Now I'm forgetting who does what commentary.
I don't know. They're all over the place. But I thought he would be there, being in London. And
yeah, me too.
He was just celebrating hard at the World Cup. That was really cool to see. Maybe he lost his voice because he said he was losing his voice at the World Cup game. Terrible to see how, the Tartan Army is being treated down in Miami, as Boston was so welcoming, coneheads, and ducks permitting. Now they're trying to set up something every year. So at least people are enjoying themselves in Boston. But still, here in London, here's one thing I noticed through the entire show. This is not new. Where the fuck is the pyro? I like it when stuff blows up a lot. Where is it? Where is it? Paul, joining the Banana Club. He said, Liz, stop yeeting me into the void. No, yeet Jakes, thanks so much for all you do. King, the community survives because of you. I need you. Lick me. Thank you, sir, so much for being a member, and thank you to Pico for contributing as well. I always lick you, Paul. Day and night. Thank you so much.
Question: did the pyro make it on the budget cut list?
I don't know, because pyro makes me wet. It's part of my, little pyroholic, let's burn it down thing. But that's where our budget goes. Yeah.
I told TKO to get rid of pyro because I said, you know what, my host over here on Into Somewhere doesn't deserve to see any pyro. I'm sorry.
But I've been good. So good. Can't mute the mic when the effect's playing. Pyro makes me wet and makes Cody dry. Figure it out, Pico. I like it when stuff goes boom.
Give me a hell yeah!
It makes perfect sense. Pyromaniac included.
Should we be a little concerned that Pico's always concerned about what we got going on?
No, he's got to know. He's got to stay up to date. Number one in the fan club for a reason. They do waste, and it ruins the budget. I get it. I just wish they just open the show. Show. Oh, Cody makes women dry. Yeah, well, we know that too. Yes, that's a better iteration. But fuck Miami if they're not going to give the Tartan Army love. Yeah, they've been assholes. They have been they canceled Airbnb, reservations and all sorts of things for no reason at all. They outdrank all of Boston. They're nothing but a positive gain on everything for all of the economy, and you want to be an asshole. No pyro, says Nate. See, I wish every entrance had so much pyro. I miss who has pyro now? I was trying to think of this earlier. Besides Cody Rhodes, who else has pyro? Right? Genuinely, chat. Anybody? Roman's got pyro. Okay. Who else? I somehow overlooked him because I was thinking CM Punk, the Usos. I'm not counting the fucking concussion booms. No, that's not pyro. Hitting a drum in the back is not pyro. I can't hear it live. If I don't feel it, it ain't shit. When the bass comes out of that speaker for the pyro, it goes boom, 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 and then I come.
A sound effect, or does Rhea have pyro?
Rhea has the concussive blast. It's considered pyro, but it's just a concussive pop. They just light off a quarter stick of dynamite in a corner. Boom! Same thing with Oba Femi. Dun, dun. Dush. Dun, dun.
Is Stephanie Valkyria considered
yes, she's
pyro,
got fire.
right?
Seth Rollins has some fuego. Dragon Lee's got some smoke with the dragon, but I've got a fog machine. I can do that right here. Look. See? That don't count. I could do the dragon thing. See? Dragon Lee entrance. Right here. $20. Gotcha. Now what? Brock has pyro. There we go. Brock's a main eventer. Damian Priest. No, he has the goddamn boom boom in the back. All right? I don't want no boom boom in the back. I want to see it. Okay? If you go on the 4th of July and there's fireworks blowing up, but you don't see them, are you entertained? Is that pyro? No. I concur. If I don't see it, it doesn't happen. Charlotte Flair has some sparklers and shit.
That's a good point because, 4th of July, they just do a bunch of sounding, invisible fireworks.
Invisible pyro. What are you going to do? Well, that was great. I felt it in my chest. I didn't see shit. Good to know what it feels like to be blind, you fucking oh my God. I like pyro. You could take it away from everybody else's entrance, but the ones we mentioned. Nobody new needs it. Fine. I'll give you. Open the shows with it. That's it. I know they saved it for the tag titles and whatnot. Open the show with it. I missed the theme song. Yes. In the booming, and I miss that. I get they like to, people are walking in. I don't need to see them carrying their fucking suitcases. Blow something up. I always
thought that was cringe. I like fucking them just walking into the, I don't know if I've ever liked that, to be honest with you. I think
got my bag
silly.
Of shit. Hi. Io Sky is here. Well, no shit. You advertised her.
Yeah,
I get if you were going to show, oh my God, we didn't know that CM Punk is here.
No way.
Yeah. Danhausen everything should blow up. On a small scale, but everywhere. You know what I mean?
So
that cheesy pyro, but all over.
Speaking about him, what do you think because they go back to old personalities, right?
Yes, he's just going to have amnesia, I think, which is equally hilarious. Okay. If you don't have an older personality, you just go dumb. You're just in the head as far as they can see. So, pyro lesson aside, I miss when the show used to open up excitingly instead of seeing people walk in from the airport with their luggage. Or they have to refilm it because they got there at noon and they're like, let's film you walking in again now that you're dressed and you got your makeup on. What? I didn't do it. Are you going to say hi to the stream? Can you at least say hi to the stream? No? All right, take your ball. So, Oba Femi, dun dun. Coming out looking sexy as all hell. He doesn't give two shits about it. He knows what's up. And Mr. Fly goes ahead and says that, you guys don't need to chant my name. Settle down. I have been backed by destiny since born. And it's been very good to me. And all of my accomplishments in WWE should, set it. And it would be, basically in play this weekend as I become King of the Ring. If I win, there's the question. Who do I challenge? Cody or Roman? No one cheered the Speed title, sadly. Jey Uso goes ahead and interrupts Oba. Oba, visibly pissed. Wish he put his hands on him. When he did the run it back, Cody?
Run it back.
What did we just see? One huge swing, one strange call, one...
What? When they ran it back, I wish they didn't. I get why they did. But they just spent the last 2 weeks telling the audience, no, we're not going to run it back. He denied them. doing this slight heel turn. It's been interesting seeing him wig out and lose his mind. The more Jay crashes out, you're like, yep, he's a bad guy. It's final. But what do we get instead? Hey, let's run it back. Let's do it again. Let's celebrate. All right. And I know why he did it, because Oba said, if you think you're running it back, I'm going to put an end to that right now. And then he ran it back and Oba didn't put an end to it. I wish he just pulled him off the turnbuckle or lifted him by the pants, something to make him look super strong, like yeet, you know? Not what we got. He finishes fucking yeeting, and instead of taking Oba serious, he's like, you must have forgotten, Oba. I'm him. And goes on to say a bunch of shit really breathy because he was out of oxygen in his lungs just from yeeting and coming through the crowd. And at the end, he said something about this mountain he'll climb, and this is your warning shot. Bow. That's his new catchphrase. Bow. Oba says, I'm not worried about you. It's Roman. You're nothing but a little piece of No one needs you. And they stared each other down. And he said, take that to your cousin. Take all your bullets in your war and bring it back to him, because I don't care about you. All right. Did that make you more excited for the opening of King of the Ring at Night of Champions in Riyadh?
No.
Even if they air the mass execution on the pre-show? I mean,
now you're talking. Okay.
That's something.
I see what you're going with.
It's something.
Yeah, that's fair.
He either decimates Jey Uso or Brock has to kill him. And I mean kill him. There's no way around it. But
that means Jey Uso's winning King of the Ring.
I still believe it, and it makes me a little sick. But I don't know, because they go back on stories all the time. I mean, now he's running it back and eating and all this shit, and I get it's to get into Oba's head, but you're making, I don't know. It just, I would have preferred more of the heel side from him. And it was just very basic. There was no intrigue. Like, the crowd is so over for Oba.
Like, last week, Jey Uso helped beat down a babyface LA Knight. This week, he's acting babyface.
Yes.
So,
it's because of the drugs.
What is the bloodline? Faces or heels?
They should ask
what are they?
Jeff Hardy for the drugs. I don't know. They need to do something, because I don't know. Basically, I don't know why. They set up a couple of things here. They confirmed what we said from the beginning of the tournament, and you and I were called out hellaciously over saying that they could choose their opponent. And everyone was like, no, they have to fight for Raw or SmackDown. And Oba Femi's like, well, who do I choose to face? And they're like, we've been saying that the whole time. Assholes. Exactly. So it could have been so much better. It should have been more explosive.
Speaking about face and heel turns.
Why would the Bloodline not beat him to shit? Why they attack LA Knight? They attack, you know what I mean? Like, they're going after people and stopping opponents. They helped Jay get through and into the finals, essentially. Yeah, so whatever. Point being, why would they not, while Jay is talking, where the fuck was Roman? Why wasn't he in London? You know, like, this is what I don't like. If it was Punk, he'd be there. And I hate that they're holding him off for the callback, but yeah. I get he did a shit ton for a long time. Sucks.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, face and heel turns. I don't know if you've seen her, like, other runs. Like, for the most part, people are suggesting for Stephanie Vaquer to be a heel. What do you think about that?
Why, though? That's the thing. Like, she's so over.
That's why I want to know.
She's got such crowd support. And what is the payoff for it? What's the story potential here?
There's nothing, because it would limit her just like it limits another person.
Returned. I didn't expect it. We're about to get into it. That was good. You know? I don't consider the Maxine one a turn. She's been bitchy for a while. She's been with the Vision. To me, that was more expected. But Lyra.
Yeah, I think that's dumb. dumb
That was a
suggestion.
crazy turn. I wasn't expecting it, and I like the way they did it. It was logical. How many times can we lose and you call us the best in the world?
I mean-
Next time we'll get it. Next time, Cody, we'll do better. Next time.
On with Lyra though. Are you sure this is gonna work? Do you see how she was acting? Like it looked like she couldn't act as it. It looked like she
I
was
didn't
having
mind
some
it.
either
She's
seizure or
angry.
muscle.
Let us see what happens. She's never been heel ever before. Ever. She had the Seth
I would
Rollins
prefer
kind
Bayley
of
to be heel.
attitude.
I know
but,
it's more of the predictable option, but I think Bayley plays a way better heel than a face.
but I like the way they
So
set
I
it up.
think-
You've got Jackie Redmond in the back talking to Lyra and Bayley, and they're hyped up. And they even say, well, Lyra, Graves mentions it, seems really tense and nervous, like she's carrying all the weight of the world on her shoulders.
right.
And I'm like, fuck, they set it up perfectly, and I missed it. Damn it. Paige and Brie Bella, the current women's tag champs, taking on the Bird Lady, and Bayley. Hey, Bayley, I want to know if you'd be my girl, because they sing it every commercial break. I was using the VPN. Short match here. They were singing to her in the crowd break, which was cool. I just
that
wish
was
it
really
made it on TV. Yeah, very quick. 8 minutes in and out. But that was not really the point. Paige has got a match on Friday with JC Jane and Fatal Influence to worry about. So instead, here we are. Paige, I liked the ending. So basically, Lyra hits Paige with a really strong fisherman's suplex. And when they both get up, they kind of like clock into each other in a way. And Paige lifts up Lyra into the Rampage position, hits the DDT, but she sells it like the Death Rider, where she went into the mat and then over. And it looked super effective. I really like this. Bayley, you saw her just a quarter-inch away to break up the pin, but I almost said the tag, break up the pin, and it didn't happen. So tag titles retained. 8 minutes, solid match, but nothing to write home about. The London crowd made it a little bit better than it actually was.
I thought they were kind of a little quiet for this match. I know you said you were listening more during commercials. Were they louder during those portions of the match?
Yeah, I think so. I think during the commercial times they were, sadly.
Okay.
They were bigger into chanting. Dustin Poirier was arrested last night in Georgia for allegedly being
No
drunk
offense,
in
I
public.
like Paige, but I just didn't care for this match.
Not great. Yeah, it wasn't good. It was more about, like I said, it wasn't anything special. It was just to get to the
To
story.
set up the heel turn.
Yeah. So Bayley's checking on Lyra, and she pulls her up. She hugs her, and she's like, "We'll get him next time, champ. We're great. We've got this." And then, wham, the visionary, Lyra kills her, and Lyra throws her into the middle of a rope, basically decapitates her. Producers run out. Lyra breaks free of their hold, hits a Nightwing on Bayley, and then, just like it started, it ended. And these are the things I appreciate about wrestling, storytelling, and the way things develop. So people may not have liked her acting there, but I liked this. Jackie tries to ask Lyra, like, why did you do that? What is your problem? And she just stares at her. Doesn't say a word, just looks, gives her the side eye, and walks away.
Oh, then it looked like a robot malfunction again, with the whole.
Maybe.
I don't
To me, it
understand
didn't. I see, I like Lyra, so I didn't mind it as
hands
much.
going.
I didn't mind it as much. But I'll give you this, too. I'm also a fan of NXT, so I'm good about giving people a chance. She's never
Yeah,
been a heel. Ever.
that's fair. I'm not going to
But,
criticize her yet and say this is a big fumble or big fail, because obviously we have to let her have a chance at playing the heel, but I just always
Exactly.
preferred Bayley as a heel. Okay.
I liked her as a face, personally. Honestly.
Bayley? No, I think I like Bayley more as a heel, though. Obnoxious. Ding dong. I like that. I like
she
that
was
Bayley.
entertaining, but, it's certainly gonna be interesting to see what they do with this. So, of course, we've got the big UFC show 329 in the UK coming up while we're talking about, England and everything. So, UFC 329, And that's going to be July 12th. We'll be live for that. We'll be watching it in the Discord. It's going to be on TNT Sports, HBO Max, and I believe Paramount as well. So we've got McGregor. That's going to be a great fight, taking on Max Holloway. Paddy Pimblett, again, that's St. Denis. So going to be a fun fight. As Paul said before, Dustin Poirier was arrested for being drunk in public. Justin Gaethje did retire with the belt, so that's interesting. Got a lot of stuff to look forward to with the UFC. Under the TKO umbrella, not great, but still, at least having some fun. We managed to go ahead and get ourselves some more decent storytelling. I liked this probably more than others. But again, I'm the story guy. I like callbacks. Like even the Judgment Day stuff continued throughout the night. It wasn't the one Danhausen segment. Then they had a backstage segment, another backstage segment, and then another wrap up after the live in-ring stuff. I appreciate that. When you go back to things and continue with them, and it's not just a quick, oh, that happened, like people react besides the commentators.
I mean, with the Judgment Day stuff, though, like the backstage stuff, like tensions galore, right? And
they're just repeating what they did before. We'll get to it shortly. But
I mean, I get like the story stuff, but like I'm just talking about
it's just not good.
Not just them, though. I don't like when they just repeat stuff every week.
Here's the thing, though. Tonight's wasn't bad. It was good. It just doesn't fit in the storyline of what they're doing, if that makes sense. So,
right.
That's the problem. This Chad Gable stuff, I hate his theme. He's trying to get it over. He's got people clapping and chanting, yeah, and whatever the hell else that it says in the AI knockoff song. Keep on running, I think, is part of it. And he's got, everybody trying. He's clapping way off beat. Like the drummer hits the snare, and then half a second later, he's trying to clap. It's entertaining, but at least they're doing something. Yeah! He's trying to get into it, and he's got a ton of energy, and he's talking about how London has so much more. And this is something close to his heart, but he's had a hell of a month. He lost his mask, and then he realized I lost my dignity with my friends long before that. It was Rey Mysterio that taught me it's never too late to apologize. I want to call out the Alpha Academy. He has Otis Akira Tozawa, a.k.a. Asian Tucker, and Maxine Dupree make their way to the ring. Fuana! And he apologizes to each of them individually, starts off by singing Maxine's praises, said, you won a singles title. That's something I could never do. He said, Asian Tucker, you had a ninja that one time. That was cool. And then he speaks to Otis, and he's like, you are the biggest disappointment ever and should be fired. But I love you. And just as Otis and Tozawa are ready to forgive him, Maxine Dupree cuts in on the handshake and says that we're going to leave you where you left us, motherfucker. We're leaving you alone. Yeah! And they walk out of the ring, and they leave, and they're done. And Otis hangs back for a minute. But then he follows the other two.
Sorry. Hold on. Interruption. I'm sorry. Something more important here.
Uh-oh.
I love my Danhausen tweets of the day. Just made me laugh. I'm sending it to you. It's hilarious.
Danhausen is great. He is, I wish they did more with him besides just backstage stuff most times. They have him come out and say, you are cursed. He talked about wanting to be the next... what do you call it there? Prime Minister. I think you said president, but yeah. So he like, manages to... Dominic Mysterious and some guy keep bothering me. Yeah, he said that earlier too. And he says it backstage. So, yes. Well, actually, that's what he said. That's why you didn't hear that. That's why it's so funny to you, because I already heard this. I'm like, why did I hear... So when he comes out during the commercial break for the VPN, he's got the T-shirt launcher and says... They didn't bring my stuff with me. I don't have my car. I don't have my other Danhausen stuff. I don't have my cannon, blah, 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 blah. He fires off the one shirt. And he said, Dominic Mysterious and some guy keep bothering Danhausen. I wanted to go to my lab. I wanted to do this, but I had to rush right here to be with the people of London. And I heard that there's an opening for Prime Minister and I should take it so I could be President Hausen. And did the whole you were cursed thing and then left. So he mentioned it.
I saw
not
something
on air,
earlier
but
too.
on air. Yeah.
He said that he might want to electrocute Corey Rhodes and Samuel Zayn.
Yeah,
Whatever.
which is great. He just
amazing.
makes me laugh continually. It's funny. And everybody getting electrocuted and playing along, The Miz and Kit Wilson, even Matt Cardona playing along, really, just makes me chuckle. I appreciate it. The lovely theater kid in me just appreciates all the horror-esque stuff. Him getting electrocuted, the way that they digitized the screen when it happens, and they had like a strobe light in there, and they had him sell it perfectly. It was great. It was funny as all fuck. I laughed. I really enjoyed that whole segment, and him dealing with Dominic Mysterious and some guy.
Your curse.
My bad. Back to the Chad and Maxine thing. Was that a Maxine heel turn? Would you call it, or officially?
No, I know. Well, I mean, I think she's already a heel, so that's me.
Yeah,
that's
okay,
why.
That's
but yeah, I already interpreted her as a heel. I feel like that's been the case for a little bit now. Her being with Division and seen with them, she brushed off a few other people as well along the way.
Which is why I don't mind it. I wish she can. Like, I'm not even trying to offend her. I don't.
But
I have nothing against Maxine.
I wish they made it a little bit clearer before, but she already verbally attacked people and was a bitch and isn't the happy-go-lucky, bubbly, effervescent girl that she was. Now she wears black and leather.
Now she has a reason to be a logical heel in a way, but
she wears black and leather.
Gaslighting Otis and Akira Tozawa that
what
Chad
more do you
Gable's
need?
the only
Black
bad guy around here.
Leather. She's doing the Liv Morgan. She's wearing the freaking bikini. That's it. Said AXXA. What the fuck does that mean? AXA? I don't know. Just making me stare at your boobs longer. I actually liked the Alpha Academy drama here because of the purpose of it. It may not have been the best intriguing segment, but I genuinely am enjoying the fact that they're pushing Gable as the ultimate good guy. Like being, as much of a good positive force as possible with people. He's apologizing everywhere, making up for past mistakes, transgressions galore. Then he even has a follow-up later on, which I really appreciate more. And he has a back and forth with Dominic then. And we'll get to that. But still, I like the progression of Chad Gable. I hope that he goes on to win the title, but I imagine they're going to give him the IC title. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of people going for it at this point in time. Then, my good friend, we have Ethan Page and Dragon Lee. And my sore back will tell you this was just the match. And I love Ethan Page. I have no interest in Dragon Lee. I want to. I genuinely want to. I've tried.
I think Ethan Page should have been Intercontinental Champion by now and doing other things right now. Like, I don't really care for Dragon Lee either.
Him on the side of Rusev and being Rusev's lackey and all of those things are just not great. And again, thank you to Pico and Paul for donating and becoming members on the stream. I appreciate you both greatly. If you guys hit the like button and subscribe, we appreciate it as well. It was just a match. Like, there wasn't anything great. I guess you could say that Page got a little roughed up. His head was leaking a slight bit, but he ends up hitting the egoplex, gets the pin.
Lee tried to put himself through the announce table.
Yes. That was about the only thing, and that made me chuckle. So most of the time they were talking about Sunday's Great American Bash.
Ethan Page not in the right spot, or did Dragon Lee just overjump that?
So, because he hit him when he was in the Trio Woe. That's when he popped his eye. But that big suicide dive was just, he was, I think, just too off. But granted, it was not great. Looks like I said, his foot caught his eye. And I think it's when he pulled Page into the turnbuckle and threw the kick at him. So there was actually a wrestler in Mexico that got chopped in the chest and then went ahead and had a cardiac event in the ring. I don't know if it was a heart attack, but he goes ahead, he gets chopped, he gives a drop kick, and then collapses. And holy hell, Remember how I was bitching about PC parts and AI making RAM super expensive? They announced the new half terabyte Steam machine with the controller is like $1,500.
Really?
512 gigabytes. Yeah, with the controller. Without it, it's like $1,349 or some shit. Yeah, insane. No
Jesus
controller.
Christ.
It's not stronger than a PS5 Pro. You could just get a desktop PC for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds less pre-built. Jason Statham being in the audience was awesome. I like Jason Statham a lot. He's a fun action actor. But besides that, no, I'm trying to find it. I don't see it, but I had it earlier. It was actually in Spanish. An update from the wife of Peroth Jr. after last night's scare. She said his family is already here with him in Mexico. He wished to inform the fan base that he didn't have a heart attack, but he's certainly dealing with some shit. So, see, that's why you got to be careful about showing things on here before finding out exactly what happens, because I just scrolled from the update tweet, and the next tweet was a bunch of ISIS gore. So, got to be careful. Random, that's what comes up in the search feed. I was just trying to find the video for y'all. Here we go. Let's go ahead and check this out really quick. Cody, send us to the $10 billion studio.
Here we go.
What the hell happened? I hit the button. There we go. There we go. I hit the button and it didn't want to. Yeah. Oh, Femi. Here we go. So he gets chopped right there. And as soon as he goes back, you notice that Peroth Jr. fades and doesn't really react well. He hits the drop kick, but you can tell he kind of like lost his step and lost his breath. So he gets up, hits the drop kick, and starts to lose momentum here. Guy tumbles to the outside. He's supposed to do a running, suicide dive. But it became a suicide run. Oh, boy. And that's a heart attack. Get the medics. I'm glad that the ref spent about 2 seconds looking and then reacted, because we've seen what happens when referee and officials don't get involved and get medical right away. So thankfully, because of medic on site, that was part of the reason they said that he was able to be saved so quickly. But crazy that this happened the way it did. And then they go and they start checking on him and getting people to him. But still, just a hell of a thing to see, certainly, Glad he's doing well and glad he's in the hospital and maintaining at this point in time. But certainly scary. So Peroth Jr. out of Mexico, glad he's doing well. I saw the update earlier from his wife, but it was all in Spanish and it was a screenshot. So I was like, I can't even copy it to translate it. And AI was just not having a good time. But glad he's doing well. And glad he's okay, because the last thing I saw was hopefully my friend is okay, ? With this video. So glad he's good. The Ethan Page match, Dragon Lee, 10 minutes, but most of it in the commercial break. Like a big chunk of it was in the commercial break. That's why I didn't know if you saw or if they did a replay for the double stomp, and then that's when he kicked him in the face for the Tree of Woe. And table spot was bad. Like, it just wasn't good, and it was on Dragon Lee, not Page. Fact. Sir, what the fuck was this? Sir. I had a very not great time with the opening King of the Ring face-to-face moments. And then we get Jackie back in the ring. Well, at least back out, I'm saying. And she's going to go ahead after interviewing the Vision. She's got Io Sky in the ring. Mm-hmm. Io comes out and she says that she's very, very excited. Ultimately, she won for honor. She make her husband Evil proud. She she like London. They very good. And damn Mongolians. That's what I got out of that. And then even more exciting, the Mongolian herself, Liv Morgan, comes out and of all time. time.
People say she can continue to use that because she's a heel, but does it really work when you have 0 title defenses?
I'm better than you, Io. Io, who defended the title in probably the literal greatest match at Mania, as far as the women go, that triple threat was fucking incredible. Incredible. You know, and instead, Liv is the greatest because she made a music video. You know, like she comes out there and literally from end to end, all you get constantly. And I don't like, I know why she's over from before, but if you showed me this episode, I hadn't seen Raw in years, or I wasn't a wrestling fan, I hadn't watched since the Attitude Era, whatever, and you're like, oh, Femi's the greatest, watch. I see the crowd reaction, I'm all pumped up, and I'm like, that's why you like him? He got punked by Jay? That guy, you know, the main guy's little cousin, okay, whatever. And then you see this shit, and she comes out, the ultimate women's champ, and she's just...
Of all time!
Exactly. Thanks, Paul. And I didn't want to do it. What the fuck? Like, that's all she said? The whole thing?
Can I try?
Please.
On. The greatest women's world champion of all time.
Good.
How'd I do?
Excellent. That was anyone.
Thank you.
That was superb, actually. That was impressive. And here we go. They're going to start at least getting handsy. Oh, the crown won't fit on your big head. Ha, 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 ha. I'm going to go beat Rhea Ripley and take the title because we're both got bad knees at this point. And then Io starts yelling in her native tongue, and she... And then she gets punched and hits her with a drop kick and fucking ends. That's it. That's our Women's King of the Ring finals.
Well, so do you think that she should be able to say it, even as a heel, though, when she doesn't have a title defense yet? Is it fair that you can call yourself that when you don't have a title defense?
That's the issue here. And you look at previous instances of King and Queen of the Ring and who's won and how they've set things up and where it's gone to and what they've done. To give us this just feels bland. And I mean, we had Gunther and Randy Orton, so Gunther was King of the Ring, right? And do you notice with Gunther, they stopped calling him the career killer? Interesting.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I haven't heard them mention it at all recently with anything they've said about him. They go ahead and they bring him out.
Donkey!
He's retired a bunch of people, but they barely mention it because he's got nobody to retire right now, so that storyline seems to be just on pause as well. Yeah, at least last time we had Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch, Sami Zayn and Chad Gable, and Bronson Reed. Nia Jax defeated Lyra.
Listen,
That's
I know you don't think
you know?
it makes sense for her to be in Queen of the Ring, but they made it perfectly clear and it makes sense. She wants it all, Jake.
But the point is, so far, I feel like with Queen of the Ring, they have not had a genuine good queen yet. This will be the 4th year, almost in a row. They took a small hiatus. But do you remember the inaugural Queen of the Ring?
Who won? Was that Selena?
It was Zelina Vega.
Zelina
Then
Vega.
they had
and then she did the
Nia
British
Jax.
accent, right?
Yes. And then we had Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, and likely da-da-da. So, yay.
But before we think of this winner, though, doesn't this get ruined already? Because one, Liv being an I know fans like, oh, but she said she wants it all. It fits her character. That's the most basic thing a heel could say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a good reasoning for her to be in it.
And
two,
Zelina was a
if
better
Io
choice
wins,
than Dewdrop.
she's
I'll
gonna
give you
beat
that.
Liv.
But
Yeah. But
people forget that
so
tournament,
if
how
Io
bad
wins,
it was. If Io wins,
then she's just gonna face Liv again. That's bad?
That, or she goes after. I mean, I would rather see her face Rhea. That's the story I've wanted since moment one. I've never beaten you. I don't take
Then
the
who does
easy way
Liv
out.
face?
I imagine Stephanie returns.
Okay, and
Then
why
they face each other again.
So
And this was all
if
just
they're
a
going to still
stall
do the Judgment
maneuver.
Day tensions, though, if they're still going to do the Judgment Day tensions, though, why didn't they just do Liv and Raquel in the finals, and they had to have a face to face? That would have been way more intriguing for a story, no? To see them having to go face to face and see how that interaction would
You
be.
would absolutely think so. And I want to bring this up more when we get to the backstage segment. So that's coming up in one more segment. So really quick.
Well, especially if Liv's going to the finals anyway. Like,
yes, that's what it feels like. So I have a point with the next segment. So really quickly, this is kind of just another thing that gets overlooked, but it's continuing the story. But it's a story that I just am not intrigued and couldn't give two shits about at this point. I'm trying, folks, trying to enjoy it. But the Bloodline Vortex has sucked me in, and I am not a happy fan. It's shitty. We get earlier in the night, LA Knight in the back, and he's talking to the GM, Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce says
Everybody's saying
it's going to be LA Knight versus Jimmy. And can you tell the difference anymore? One yeets, one doesn't, I guess. Jimmy goes ahead and was like, yeah, I'm for. LA Knight says no. He says, actually, it's going to be LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso.
yeah,
He's like, I just said that. And he's like, go fuck yourself. How about that?
yeah.
Everybody's saying LA Knight, cocksucker. This match was boring as balls. And Jimmy usually puts on the better, but it was all about the slow wait for Solo to show up. A 12-minute and 20-something second match to see LA Knight hit Jimmy with the BFT because Samoan Spike from Solo after the interference from Solo Sikoa. Yay? LA Knight looks surprised. Like, you didn't realize, you didn't watch SmackDown, you didn't see anything. No one tweeted you and told you, like, hey, the MFTs and the Bloodline aren't actually getting along. I guess he's supposed to be surprised when he assumes everybody's in on it. And it seems like Aldis indeed might have some nude photos being ransomed by the Bloodline at this point. But this was missable, this was skippable, and this kind of sucked. I get what they're doing. They're building up, what, fucking War Games or some shit now? They're doing something because it's going to be MFTs versus Bloodline eventually. And they're probably going to add Royce Keys in there, and Jacob Fatu will be on the other side. I don't know. It's going to be all fucky, and I don't want to see it again. How many times have Bloodline been in War Games now or done the Bloodline versus whatever?
Most of them.
It's tedious at this point. Here we go. So now...
Again, it was always either, like, I think War Games, it was always either Bloodline or Judgment Day, right? Because you have to have the faction in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Judgment Day was the one where CM Punk returned, right? Finn, Damian, Dominic, right?
Yeah. And now...
I'm trying to think
but
of
War
which...
Games. War Games! And instead, we end up with the one and only Bayley in the trainer's room getting checked out. And she goes ahead and she looks at us and she says...
War Games!
Close enough. She says nothing, actually. And we go ahead and we cut to Raquel and Roxanne Perez in the back. And they're like, hey, this fucking sucks. The only person that's doing anything worthwhile is Liv. And there's Dominic. JD's introducing himself again. He's already been electrocuted. The women are like, he needs to go to medical now. Liv shows up and she's like, did you see what Io did to me? And how I'm going to kill her. I'm the best of all time. And Raquel's like, we know this. We know you're going to win. You're going to be queen of the ring.
No. She didn't say she's the best of all time. She said, can you believe she did this to me? I'm the greatest women's world champion.
There we go. Anytime now.
Time, because when you're the greatest women's world champion of all time, when I'm walking, I'm the greatest women's world champion of all time, and then like, does she have to say after every fucking sentence?
Every time. Unfortunately, it's required at this point, and you know, I get it.
Literally,
the
that just pissed
branding.
me. I know people are like, "Oh, she's a heel." Like that's just not even working as a heel thing anymore, though.
I don't know. I mean, suffer, maybe a little suffer. She needs to. But...
Okay, what did you think of, like, the first thing she has to say when she's backstage on the greatest women's world champion of all time? Are you fucking kidding me?
She cuts in and she starts going off, and it just continues. That's the problem. It's not. There's no evolution to any of this here. There's no excitement.
But she's been saying this since 2024. People said she's evolved as a character so much from her first when she originally turned heel to now. They said her character's changed so much. So just remember that.
Yeah, and that's continually what we get. I mean, constantly. There's been zero progression. There's been zero advancement. Every time we turn around, it's just fuck me. I mean, that's entertainment. So again, like I said, this Raw had things that I enjoy, just not the stories that I'm enjoying. But at least they were consistent with the Judgment Day this week. Now they have problems again.
Wow.
Liv walks away and after basically telling Raquel, you have to go after Soul. She can't beat Big Mommy. And we need, Dom and JD to focus on getting the IC title. Raquel looks over and Roxanne says, what about me? And she goes, we got to get JD to medical.
So she's telling Raquel what title she has to go after, even though Raquel
Yes.
obviously wants to be a world champion.
It was supposed to be them in the finals, and then Raquel got fucked. Yeah. And instead,
But you said you had
she
something
meant the
about
EO
this because
train.
why isn't Raquel in the final? You said that you had something that up on.
So
with this.
I think they're going to eventually, hopefully, continue with this. It's like they take a break and then they continue. I don't know why they take their time with certain things, but it seems, I hate saying it again, like there's Judgment Day problems. I'm gonna get it out. There's infighting in the Judgment Day again. And I think it's gonna lead to something.
Is it?
Sorry.
Who's going to be the face and who's going to be the heel?
Who fucking cares? That's the problem anymore. I don't mean it rudely. Like they don't define anybody's role properly. Jay has been a heel for weeks now and then comes out to be the baby face. Or Liv does things as a heel and then week 4 is the ultimate underdog. Like it just doesn't add up.
With
and
Tyler,
it's
for example, right? He was the heel the entire time, bullying everyone, but then all of a sudden he was the face.
Because he got thrown out because it was her plan the entire time. Even when Dom and Rhea were in the group with Damian and Finn, that was her plan. So I think they're going to eventually pull the trigger with Raquel. I think that's why they're bringing it up. It's not going to be soon. It's going to be soon-ish. It's going to be one of these things that drags and limps its way through the summer until Liv loses that title, likely at SummerSlam. And then we'll see the disillusion of the Judgment Day. I think they're going to keep sprinkling these things in. She's looking down on Raquel and telling her what to do. Roxanne, she don't give 2 fucks about. Dom barely even notices when he's there. JD, he doesn't even know who the fuck he is. So the Judgment Day is not threatening. They're not someone to be, not trifles with. They're not they're nothing.
So do you think Dom's going to get kicked out with her, or is Dom done with her too, getting sick of her too, you think?
Get the heels on. You know it. And that's why I'm so upset. These pumps need to be laid out. They've got to have better defined characters with things because this
it doesn't seem like she cares about Dominic though either, because people are saying Dom's getting kicked out with her, but it doesn't even seem like she notice
seem
his
like she
existence
cared,
either.
right? Like, it didn't seem like she gave a damn. And then she's like, oh, don't worry, Dom, we'll get your money back. And now it's an issue because it's an issue, but it's not. And that's the thing. And it's just, again, disheartening and troubling, but it's how they're handling it. So I think it's just going to be, this is how they do their storytelling.
If you actually
and
think
it's
this
going to be a
is
slow
going to continue.
burn. Yeah.
Unfortunately, but who gets kicked out? Does Dom get kicked out with her, or do you think the Liv Dom thing is done? And
I think it's going to break up. I think the Judgment Day, when it does end, it's just going to be done. I don't think there's going to be anybody that like continues the Judgment Day without some. I think it's going to be over at that point.
You think they're all going to go their separate ways? Like,
if they keep Liv a freaking heel, her and Dom will be together. I can see Raquel doing that, but I can also see Raquel going after Liv, going for the title and being in the main event while Raquel gets.
But do you want to see Liv and Dom together, or do you think
Roxanne.
that's run its course? Not just the Judgment Day, but do you think the Liv Dom thing has run its course?
I think that's run its course too, and. Yeah,
people are saying it's just getting started. There's so much more for them to do.
Yeah, we're only in the fourth inning, right? What's left? Yeah. They've had titles together. They've done the, he's got the AAA mega title that he barely recognizes.
They want them to win the AAA
tag
team titles, mixed tag team titles. Who cares?
Why? Yeah, held by Mr. Iguana? He's got an iguana. Like.
I think they're, no offense, people say it's disrespectful and weird to say, you're being so weird and disrespectful towards him. I'm performing in my ass. Anyway, I think Dominic and Liv, the whole Judgment Day, all of them are holding each other back. Everyone is getting harmed.
Every last one of them is keeping each other from functioning. Absolutely. And that's a, wait, pause the show. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on with the Raw review. Stuart just said Trish Stratus is now on OF.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What are you typing in? Wait,
hold on.
Give me back my credit card.
Listen, it's the company's card. I told you it's the company's card. And my old account got banned. So I got to make a new one quick.
Like
but
Josh,
we're
what does BANNED mean? Sorry.
Listen, don't
Josh Block.
Yeah, no, you're fine. What shot time? Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. It's probably going to be a lewd thing and group email. Time to get back up. Everybody sharing that password. I don't know, because now I liked the next segment, but it continues the Judgment Day drama, and yikes. We're
the Chad Gable
stuck.
One?
Yes, Chad Gable, Adam Pearce are talking. Dom comes up with Liv and a electrocuted JD, and he's like, "Why haven't you apologized to me? I'm the king of the luchadors." And he's like, "Well, you're the dumbass that sent me to Mexico in the first place." And instead, he's calling him a dumbass, calling him a jackass, big old donkey.
Donkey!
And that's when, he's like, that's what I get for listening to a dumbass. So you could beat the apology out of me or try. And they end up getting a match next week. And that's when Liv's like, we got to get him to medical. So I like the segment. I like the follow-up, because it was Dominic that sent him on the quest to become El Grande Americano.
Donkey!
See, at least they went back on that, because Dominic is the one that created Chad Gable's whole.
When was the last time Alpha Academy was relevant or with Chad? 2024. So I'm glad they touched back on that. And Ahmed asked, who will win for Night of Champions for the triple threat match?
So they actually remembered old stuff they told?
They did. And we'll have our full predictions. Night of Champions, The Unforbidden Door with AEW, Slammiversary, and the one and only, what did I forget? Great American Bash. That's right. NXT side, we're going to have all 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 5, but 4 predictions with the community. You can join the open Discord, come hang out with us, and let us know what you think. I think Cody's retaining, but we'll get into the why this Wednesday. I do, sir. I've got my money on Mr. Onidi. Now,
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Casey. Yeah, we're churning away. We're very close to 50,000 subs, working hard and busting our butts over here. So we appreciate the support. Thank you so very much. Hopefully you're doing well. Just as well as the Street Profits, because the Sesame Street Profits taking on Braun Breaker, Austin Theory with Logan Paul. They made this fun. This was entertaining. I see why they held this for the main event, not just for the tag title change, but the return of
this
Joe
was
Hendry.
actually really good.
They
I gotta
included.
give them that.
I knew Seth Rollins would run out, but it was entertaining to see Joe Hendry. We did report that he would be there, but I figured they would just use Mr. Hendry, saying his name, during a commercial break.
His name and
I wish commentary was like, oh, we haven't seen Joe Hendry since he was attacked, by the Vision, and now we see the Vision continue, something like that, and then he came out, because you got to say his name.
his name and
says it in
he
the song.
appears.
Say his name, he appears. It's in the fucking song.
His name,
Say his name, and he appears.
his name and
commentators didn't
he
say his name.
appears.
Every time they said it in NXT, he showed up. Don't ruin that. Please. For the love of God. Don't ruin it.
Michael Cole could have been talking about. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to the commentary much. Michael Cole could have been like, "Oh, they took out Joe Hendry, and then boom,
Yeah.
his music
Yeah.
plays."
Perfect.
It's
Would have been
simple
funny.
as that. It's not that hard to fucking
Set these up.
do. Yeah,
And
it's
they
so
haven't been able to
fucking-
utilize him in a bit, Casey, we talked, because they've had visa issues. Ilya Dragunov, himself included. US of
is
A
Stephanie
took
Ryder
all
part of
foreigners
that?
out back. Took care of them. Did.
People said Stephanie Ryder's a part of that, or no?
She was injured, but coming from Mexico, it's a little bit easier. It's more from overseas, I guess, that's been a bigger issue.
Okay.
Lo and behold, it happened. So this tag match, like we said, was good. They set up the ending well. The problem was the crowd was tired. They weren't chanting other people's names out of boredom. They were doing it to chant, but it felt like they got bored at times. So
Yeah.
you heard him chanting Roman Reigns,
That's
CM
due to
Punk.
the-
And I haven't had a non-board or heard a non-board CM Punk chant happen in a long time. They weren't bored at all, but it was during a lot of the rest holds. Breaker is holding Ford down and they do the double wishbone. There was a lot of great double team maneuvers in this match. Top rope bulldogs, and they did a clothesline into a German suplex, and you saw a great diving clothesline from the apron that sent Angelo Dawkins, who looks fucking fantastic, and it truly is in the best shape of his life. My God, he was impressive. Goes toppling over the broadcast table. You could tell it didn't even take him out, but really good. So Logan Paul gets kicked out. He ends up sneaking back in. He's got the brass knucks in his hand. And just as he's going to give him to Austin Theory, somebody in the audience must have said his name.
Name and he appears.
That's right. It's Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry comes up on the ringside. There he is. And there he goes. Bye, Joe. No, he's already gone. No time to sing it. He runs after Logan Paul. They take off out of the arena. Now, Austin Theory grabs the brass knuckles, and, he's crawling towards him to grab him. Seth Rollins comes out, and he goes ahead and he hits Rollins, uses him. He uses him, and he hits Austin Theory with the brass knuckles. Knockout. And that's when he hops over the barricade. He used him sexually, too.
I like it.
He does like it. It is Pride Month. So Rollins gets over the barricade, runs away. Braun Breaker sees him, chases after him, says, fuck the tag titles. They're not mine anyways. And Dawkins gets a huge spine buster forward from way up high. Lands like a missile. And from the top rope, lands it. Hits him. Gets the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Pyro goes off. Love to see it. We've got new World Tag Team Champions. The Sesame Street Profits have won the tag team titles on Monday Night Raw. Yay. I'm happy they won. It was a good way to get it away from the Vision. It was fun to see their 5th title reign, and this was their, their 4th main title tag win, as well as their 1 NXT tag team title win at that ladder match that I saw in person at TakeOver 25. They celebrate, like I said, pyro goes off, and they go off the air. I'm not against it, like I said, but I'm just not crazy about it. I don't love the Street Profits. Not like I used to. Not like when they were in NXT and they were like the next big thing. I was like, oh, that's who the New Day should have been. But they just never went anywhere. Who wants the smoke? That was it. They did the heel thing. It didn't really work. Now they're going well, and I'm glad they didn't split them up. They're better together. I'm exhausted of the Vision. I'm exhausted of the Bloodline. I am fucking exhausted of the Judgment Day. I am so all over the place with this, I know, because there was no amazing match. There was 4 matches, 3 advertised, technically 2. They added the Dragon Lee and LA Knight matches after the fact. So, it's like, what are you going to do? But, 5 altogether. And it just, I don't know. It left overall a lot to be desired. And really, no, it was 4. It was Paige and Brie Bella. It was Ethan Page and Dragon Lee. We had LA Knight and Jimmy Uso, and then we had the tag match. Yeah, so they had 2 announced, which was both tag team matches, and then we added the 2 singles matches, one on the show, one right before. I mean, we were in, out, and done. When I give lower scores, it's usually like without a caveat, without an asterisk involved, because I feel like, hey, it's not that this show sucked. It wasn't terrible. I like that they're progressing stories. Things take forever to get going. So if they're moving any pieces up, this is what I want. So I believe it. I want to see it.
But the problem is when they finally get it going after the long, people get sick of it.
Yeah. And they're taking way too long with things.
Issues with the Vision thing with Seth Rollins.
They lucked out
with the Bloodline. Same issues with the Judgment Day.
They lucked out with the El Grande thing, but even that ran its course. If they didn't eventually go to AAA, it would have been dead in the water in America. No one gave a shit at all. El Grande getting the biggest response I've seen yet in AAA. It's unreal when he came out this Saturday night. Holy hell. Full luchador outfit, big mariachi band, looking fly, incredible response. Loved it. And oh boy, like what do we give this? A 4 out of 10? Because none of the matches were great. Nothing was bad. It just wasn't like must-see TV. Even the title change. It was a fun title change. Joe Hendry coming in. But still, the 2 main things are King and Queen of the Ring. So hey, D Wells, what's going on? Glad to see you in the chat as well. You didn't care much for Raw, but today's show didn't impress you. Giving it a 2 out of 10. Glad to have you here. Glad you're enjoying the music. Glad you liked our cursed video. Yeah.
I'm not trying to get them mad, but whatever happened to Miss Morgan with her cheers or boo? Even she's not really even getting reactions anymore.
I know. There's a lot of people
Europe,
like
so
that.
People can't say, "Oh, it's a U.S. crowd." Don't worry. They're in Europe, and she's still not getting.
They react to everything over there. You kick a soccer ball down the ramp, and they go nuts. I mean, it should be a big to do. They should have saved things.
People are saying it has nothing to do with her
keeping the same. Do you think it's because the same bullshit? They're just tired of her.
That's like, I know people aren't crazy about how Lyra acted tonight, but she's never been a heel before, ever. She wasn't in NXT, and she's never been on the main roster. That's why I'm looking forward to it. If it sucks, okay, but it's new. It's different. Give her a damn chance. That's why I like NXT, because they try things, and if it doesn't work, they adapt. But you're like, damn, it is just so impressive. Thank you, D. Wells, and I'm glad you went ahead and enjoyed the cursed video. We had a lot of fun making that. So.
Is it like they don't care, or is she starting to get the boos of go away heat?
It's starting to. It
it
really is.
Or
no, it's not.
Like, oh, she's a heel. That's a good thing that she's
yeah.
Booed.
It's getting that go away. It's getting that GTFO heat, and that's the problem. It's not heel heat. Heel heat is a good thing. That's what you want. That's still a reaction. This is beyond go away. This is get the fuck out. They're tired of this. You heard it during all the reactions. You saw it when people were just sitting on their hands. They chanted more for Rusev flipping out to the camera than they did to Io Sky. Yeah. They chanted harder with Prime Ministerhausen than they did to Liv Morgan. They got more excited about a backstage skit than anything.
Yep. And it's sad. I feel bad for her because she used to be one of the most pops of the night, biggest pops of the night, Liv. And now she's getting go away heat.
Yeah.
Well, what did we say?
Fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. I was trying to find the other clip too, but
Mr. Know-it-alls, but I'm sorry, but her fans cry and say, "No, keep it the same. She says she wants it in intervals." Ooh. But
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
It's just but it's just not going anywhere, and it's making things just so painfully slow. And that's really most of it. That's the huge problem. That's the fucked up part. So I feel like a 4 is fair. I don't know, man. Stewart giving it a 2 before, 2 out of 10. I feel it. Where are you at, my friend?
I'm gonna give this a 4.
Yeah, so we're right in the same line.
Yeah. Nothing like it wasn't like awful. I've seen worse shows before.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't regret seeing it.
Are people just joking? But like I say it to troll sometimes. But there's people actually out there that think Vince's 2019 stuff is better than what we're getting now.
It's all rose-tinted glasses. Because like I said, when you and I did that expose, we went back and looked into more than just the dog food. I forget now, but there's so many horrific, the lesbian wedding and the fucking with Bobby Lashley and so many.
One of the worst things I've ever seen. Oh my God,
that was like 0 out of 10, negative 5 stars even.
That's the guy they want back?
Yeah, that's what they want back. And even if Vince wasn't found like guilty in a court of law and it's going to arbitration, we have the text messages from him. It's not like they made this up and lied about him and it's a defamation case.
Yeah.
All of this was proven in court. It's just that now he's not found culpable in a legal standpoint. He's just going to pay them off. So now they'll bring him back just
because it's not legal.
This happens. A lot of places have anti-slap lawsuits. This wasn't a slap suit, but what that is like, let's say I want to keep suing you. I have a ton of money. Cody doesn't. I can sue you into oblivion with dumb lawsuits, right? And ruin you. So they try to keep that from happening, and they try to keep people from putting legal pressure on people in unprecedented ways. So they have these slap suit protections and whatnot. That wasn't what this was. Vince thought she leaked the information to the board and broke the NDA. Therefore, she was culpable for the money that he was supposed to pay her. Once the news came out, he stopped paying her rather than investigate and then went ahead. So had they had a criminal proceeding, they probably would have traced and found out who the emails came from. I'm more than confident they would have. I mean, they found out with our old Chris Benoit where the Stanford Post came from on Wikipedia. So remember they updated that his family and his wife was gone like hours before it actually happened, and everybody thought that was a big clue because it came from Stamford, Connecticut. Oh, creepy. 3 out of 10 for Nate. They disproved that sense. The guy was just guessing and said there's no way Benoit would miss a show. I probably shouldn't have said his name, but still, Mr. Benoit. Still, Vince did this shit. Like, it doesn't change the fact. What was Lesnar guilty of? Well, you could say he's unfaithful and all that, but he didn't do anything legally wrong. Well, neither did Vince, but there's the moral side of it. And with Vince, there's so much evidence and so many years of it. And that's why it was always so hard, because he made our childhoods what it was for many people. And then he also acted like a father to many wrestlers and workers and staff. And then suddenly you either already know and have to act shocked, or you're finding out and you are legitimately, surprised. But this is what it's found to be. And now you have to, leave the person behind. It's not always the easiest thing. So I get why people want him back when things aren't looking great. You always go backwards. Like when that was going on, people were clamoring for, previous time. Oh, I want 2012 back. I want 2015 back. And then you look at that time and you're like, oh, that wasn't great either. Wrestling hasn't really been great in a long time. They've had up periods, but as far as like consistently very good to great across the board, it hasn't been there in a long, long, long time. And it's also because of how the world's changed, how wrestling works, the social media side of things, the digitizing of it. You don't have to watch Raw to know what's going on. I can literally not watch any of it and be clued in 9 seconds on Twitter. I will see WWE themselves post recaps as it happens of everything that happens in quick little bite-sized formats. I don't need to watch. So finding a reason to be compelled to tune in, I don't know if Austin's going to win this week, but I can find out in 3 seconds. And yeah, it was kind of like that then with the internet, but the readiness of information, you could find it, but it wasn't as easily available. So none of it was good. Yeah, there's nice marks, and we just are some nice marks. Indeed, cool. Like if you go back and you watch early Raws, like I like Wrestling Bios. He did Reliving the War. Wrestling WCW versus WWE at WWF then was terrible. WCW, they got lucky with the NWO, but most of the NWO storylines were terrible. Most of the things they did sucked. Sold Out was one of the worst. NWO for life was terrible. Their house band, the female competition where they had like some granny win. Who's Miss NWO?
No.
You're 85? Your tits are down to your knees? Let's do it, baby. What's that clam smell like? Chowder? Bitch. Still, Jeremy's just here for my tatas. I know what's up. It's still all boobs matter. We should have made that a shirt. I give this a 4. So does Cody. And I feel like that is a fair score to end up at. I genuinely wish and hope that Saturday is entertaining, surprising, and knockout show. I really hope that Riyadh gets something special with King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring, but it feels like it's just going to be straightforward. Something happens, Io wins. What if Judgment Day messes with him? What if we do get Brock Lesnar screwing over Femi? What if Femi just wins? I mean, there's a ton of things to discuss. So we'll be live this Wednesday, giving you and having the audience join us on the open Discord. That's right, you can chime in this Wednesday for Into Somewhere Weekly. I will still have content out tomorrow for you folks, no matter what. At the very least, if Cody and I don't add to it, I will be going ahead and podcasting with Spaz. This week, him and I have a bunch of previews and things coming out, so make sure to look for that. Tuesday is a Night of Champions preview. Wednesday, Great American Bash, and Thursday, we're going in-depth on everything with TNA and Slammiversary. So if you want that feat content, go ahead and hit me up as well.
Whoa there.
You know where to find that
Whoa.
link. Somebody just paid me $1,000 to step in some Cheerios. Hey, I make it interesting, Jer. That's what's up. That's how the old show used to go. Cody knows. Still, we'll be live again as well. Thursday's game night. Friday is SmackDown. Saturday, Night of Champions. Sunday, we've got Great American
Bash. Ran
Bash.
that show, by the way.
Yes.
Because he was the guy that actually watched the show.
I had to watch, Bye-bye, bitch. Then I had to continue the promo to say that we'll be live as well for the Unforbidden Door Great American Bash combo review that's going to be headlined earlier by the TNA Slammiversary one going on in the afternoon. 4 reviews in one day. Well, 3 on one and one Saturday. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. Following weekend, 4th of July celebrations. Got a lot of content to look forward to. Sunday is Danny's birthday. Yeah. That's the sound for the paternity test coming back. Until then, Cody, you and I know they got to make SmackDown better, and it's going to be a taped episode, so it's not going to happen. I highly doubt that SmackDown will go ahead and knock out anything that Raw did. That's why they had the finalists speak here instead of on SmackDown for the actual go-home show. So I'm imagining SmackDown this Friday is going to be a waste. We'll be covering the spoilers and having an extended game night as well that night, too. So make sure you hang out with us. Liv Morgan, unfortunately, still with us. And she is, in fact, the greatest of all time, as we know. And, as Paul laid out for us before, we know it to be true. But, I mean, Can you argue with it? Can you really argue with it? Because, I mean, she really is the greatest of all time. There we go. All right. Good morning, everybody. And Mr. Onidi, I need you, my great sir, to go ahead and tell these amazing people where the hell I can find you.
You can find me over on my Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it nowadays, at Judgment Day Era. You can find me over on my YouTube. Need to post gaming content again soon. That is also at Judgment Day Era. And you can follow me over on my Instagram at Cody_Onidi_316.
Give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah, and we'll be live so many other times this week. Make sure you go ahead and check us out and join us. We appreciate you all being here and hanging out with us for an amazing early Raw review. Cody and I giving it a 4 out of 10. I was hoping for a bit much more, but at least we got the return of the one, the only, Mr. Joe Hendry. I'm appreciative of that, you know. But besides that, we'll see what happens on SmackDown. Friday. We're almost out of June. We're almost out of Pride. We're almost out of Men's Health Month. Hopefully you're all doing well. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Countdown Ended. Reach out to me if you ever need to. My DMs are open. Follow us here, youtube.com/Jake DeMarco. And until then, as always, stay sexy.